quadruple, quintuple apology, and that's just not going to down and take it from a bunch of people who just want to watch me fry. There's 201 viewers right now, who came on here solely for the purpose to get me in what Sarah Palin calls a gotcha moment. And it's not going to happen. The great part about all of this is you are doing me the biggest favor, because you are raising my profile, and I am going to profit immensely from all of this when it's all said and done. So the joke is really on each and every one of you. You know, you want to talk about, you know, how women are mistreated, etc., etc. I grew up in a single-parent home with just my mom, and, you know, my dad died when I was 8 years old, and I had to pretty much raise myself. So I don't want to hear it from any of you people telling me how you need to act a certain way or you need to just go away. You people don't know shit about anything. Like, the people who have the time to write me messages telling me how shitty I am have never been through anything. They've never struggled with anything. They've never had to deal with truly tragic issues that have been made a part of their life. And I don't think that I did anything wrong here to warrant all of the hatred that I am receiving. This is a classic internet pile on, and you know what? I'm stronger than all of you motherfuckers combined. Bring it on. Keep bringing it on. I will flip it right back on you. I will make as many incendiary comments as I feel necessary, because there's simply nothing that you are going to be able to do to keep me down. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, there's 194 of you right now. I would like for there to be some questions for me to answer, but it appears let's see. It appears that nobody has any real questions for me. That was some mighty fine, incoherent rambling. Thank you. Keep Ben Schoen in your prayers. He's the only person who has ever experienced tragedy. Mock me for going through pain. Great idea. I'll mock you for going through menstruation. Let's see. I think I should just start singing rap songs now. I'm sorry, Grace. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight you brought all the skeletons out of my closet. Okay, Digital Bridget actually has a legitimate question for me. Why would you think anyone owes you an explanation for why they don't want to talk to you, a stranger? See, I'm a bit more old school than you folk out there. Like, what she did was the equivalent of being in the middle of a conversation with somebody and just turning and walking the other way with no explanation. So, to me, that is a sign of disrespect, and it is rude. And regardless, if it was a guy who did this to me, I would have had the same reaction. This has nothing to do with her being a woman. This isn't misogyny. This is not me stalking her. You know, the people who are insinuating that by sending many @replies to her on Twitter, that's harassing her. She's a public figure, for Christ's sake. Are all the people who are tweeting me hatred harassing me? Am I accusing anybody of harassment? Will Twitter ban those people? No. And plenty of you reported me to Twitter under the harassment policy. And guess what? They haven't done shit because they know it isn't harassment. They know this is man. Kill my lungs. Let's see here. Delete your Twitter. Not gonna happen. Let's see. Hugo Schweizer here is telling me I need to go move to the wilderness. I actually have a cabin that I am moving to get away from all of this madness, and you know, I really just need to take some time to reevaluate, because I didn't mean to cause all this drama. Why won't you people just accept me? I had to go in there for a second, you fucking cock munchers. Let's see here. Yes, making sexist jokes is a solid next move for me, because it's going to keep pissing people off, and I discovered that that is the currency that the internet feeds off of. Oh no, they deleted my Potter wiki. They deleted me from the Harry Potter wiki. There was 2 lines on there about me anyways. I don't give a shit. Is it possible that right now you're going through the 5 stages of grief? I think you're going through denial right now. No, I don't think that I am going through denial right now. The denial is a river in Egypt. I don't experience denial. My brain sees the situation for what it truly is, which is a bunch of nutcases on the internet with nothing better to do, going around with their smartphones and finding ways to be outraged and upset and all of that. And yeah, well, let me see if I can find these 20 questions that somebody says that they sent me. Virgil, Texas. Oh, can you read the apology email you wrote her in your own voice? Gladly. Gladly. Let's see here. Hi, Grace. When you removed me from Facebook in a ghostly manner, I was so angry and offended that I wrote a 1,500-word diatribe putting you in your place. I put that in quotations to underscore how ridiculous even such a concept would be. Instead of sending it, I saved it as a draft since it is my policy not to send emails when I'm feeling angry, sad, or hurt, which would tell you that as I wrote this email, I was feeling none of those emotions. I want to know why you did that to me like that. You seem like a witty and funny person, and the messages I sent you were a failed attempt at faux fanboying you. I can see how you thought I was a creep just trying to hit on you. I am sorry I came off that way. The last thing I wanted to do was make you uncomfortable. I was really wanting to break the ice because I think you are immensely talented and that you're going underutilized at your current job. I am a writer, a programmer, and an entrepreneur. I was trying to become your friend because I believe I could help advance your career. By publishing your work, I would improve my products with quality content. These doors are not closed in my mind. If you're not interested in working together, and if it is for some other reason than being busy, I would like to know why. I wrote to you on Twitter to express my genuine admiration, and the way you told me to get fucked genuinely hurt me. I wanted to see if I could help your future, which you were just tweeting about feeling unsettled about. I hope you'll give me a second chance and realize I could be an asset to you. Again, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I admire you, Grace. I have honestly had trouble sleeping because I had no idea that I was being that off-putting. I truly hope to hear from you again. Ben. Now, tell me how that right there is harassment. Seriously, all jokes and kidding and incendiary comments aside, I would love to know how what I just said to her is harassment. I apologized 3 separate times, specifically saying, I'm sorry if I creeped you out. Now, the way that Grace painted this was that because I didn't get a Twitter reply, I went to email her. And she claims that she blocked me on Twitter, which she never did. She never once blocked me on Twitter. And when I wasn't looking for a reply on Twitter, the reason I wrote the email was because I said such incendiary comments to her on Twitter, and I wanted to make things right by apologizing for being a creep, by apologizing for the very thing that all of you are attacking me for. Now, can somebody please write me a Twitter message right now and explain to me how this email, what I just said, where I said several times, I can see how you thought I was a creep just trying to hit on you. I am sorry I came off that way. The last thing I wanted to do was make you uncomfortable. This is not a case of harassment. This is a case of somebody piecing together several forms of communication in such a manner as to make it look like harassment. And now I have been made into a pariah. And there's nothing I can say to defend myself here because I did nothing wrong. Quite frankly, I did nothing wrong. And people want to okay, Neil says, she didn't want an apology. She wanted you to leave her alone. Why didn't you consider that? She never asked me to leave her alone. She had been talking about deactivating her Facebook, so I thought maybe she had deactivated her Facebook instead of deleting me, so I didn't know that. I had no idea that she wanted me to leave her alone, and on top of that, the fact of the matter is I said some mean comments to her on Twitter, and it was my aim and my wish to apologize for that. Sending her an apology email is not harassment. someone quote one part of that email that is harassment. The other thing that's making the rounds, the other rumor that must be dispelled, is that I threatened her job. I did not threaten her job. What I said was, I will make sure your employer knows that you're posting private emails that have been sent to you. Because having worked with many media companies and knowing how they work, that is explicitly against many companies' policy. I don't know BuzzFeed's policy. Obviously, they're loving the traffic boost they're getting from this. So that's a completely different story. So that was not a threat. The way that this is being painted out, you would think that I threatened to come get her and, do bad things to her, when I never did anything like that. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing how people, when they want to find a reason to be upset, they will paint things through any perspective and any context possible. Grace, I am sorry that these several forms of communication that you perceive that as harassment. I am sorry for that. I even said so in the email that I was sorry that, I was sorry for everything, and that I could see how you thought it was creepy. I even said that. I didn't email, all the things that I said in that email, no one's bothered to read that email and actually take it how it was intended. They are painting it through the perspective of, watch this guy have a meltdown. I'm not having a meltdown. You guys are the ones having the meltdown. You're the ones that are wasting your time contacting me, emailing me, raising my profile, setting record days of traffic on my websites. Keep making me more money. That's all you're doing. If you really want to put me in my place, you all would just disappear and stop talking about me. Because as the saying goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And you guys are just going to continue to line my pockets. So, thanks. Honestly, thanks. Thanks for taking a situation out of context and painting me in to be a super villain Voldemort. And I really do appreciate it, because you are catapulting my career to new heights. Let's see here. I'm getting booed. Are you making Alex Tillman says, are you making yourself the victim to avoid responsibility and to hide from your psychological problems? If my psychological problem is common human decency and apologizing for an inappropriate comment I made, then I'm going to have that psychological problem for the rest of my life. All of you people who are sending, seriously, what if I actually was suicidal? And all of you people sending me things mocking my mental health, how are you any better than a misogynist? Honestly, how the hell are you any better than a misogynist if you're going to go around mocking somebody for their mental health state? Go fuck yourself. Samuel Austin says, I'm not one to judge on looks, but you look exactly like you should. I'm surprised no fedora. I know, my hairline's receding. I need to start wearing a hat, but the circumference of my head is actually, it's actually 26 inches, so I can't find hats that fit my head. So, Sean Vick, don't talk to me, Sean. Your brother killed a bunch of dogs. Let's see. You need to calm down and let a PR agent handle this mess you're making. This mess that I'm making that has increased my follower count and increased my fan base? Sure, I've lost some fans, but I've gained very many others. I've had tons of messages of support. So, I mean, not as many as messages of hatred that I've received. That's just because the haters tend to be more vocal. I'm just amazed that there's 250 people watching me right now. I cannot believe this. Let's see. Ariana Brinkeroff says, saying I'm sorry you felt that way is not the same thing as actually apologizing. Wrong, Ariana. I said very clearly that I could see how my messages came off creepy, and I'm sorry for that. Okay? Let's see. It's Sarah Snitch, who's made a living off of trying to take down men, says it's harassment because you demand answers for why she didn't want to talk to you and won't drop the topic even though she is uncomfortable, I'm assuming. She never expressed her discomfort. Like I said, the Facebook thing, she had tweeted about deactivating her Facebook, so I couldn't assume that she deleted me. It could have just been a coincidence. It's not demanding answers. Am I being harassed because everyone's demanding answers from me, Sarah? No respect for you, by the way. You also demanded she explain herself after you made her uncomfortable. I didn't demand she explained herself. I kindly asked that she explain herself. She didn't have to answer me. There are three messages that I sent her, 3 forms of communication that she screenshotted. The Facebook messages, the Twitter, and an email. There weren't multiple emails. Tell her if I'm truly a stalker, have her contact the FBI and report me as a stalker. Because what I did was not stalking. This is people who are opportunistic feminists looking for a way to create a pariah that is not there. So, congratulations, you won. You've made me into a pariah. Hold on, I'm getting a call from Boston right now. Hello? Yeah, I'm actually on live stream right now. On Ustream, I just did my little press conference. Can I tell there's 200 some people watching? Can I tell them who I'm talking to? Yeah, well, guys, it's everybody's favorite person, Charles C. Johnson here on the phone with me. You guys have any messages, tweet them at me right now or put them in the chat box or whatever, and I can send them your hatred. So yeah, you wanna get? Do you record on Skype or where do you record? Okay. Okay. Are we going to broadcast it live, or we'll release it after? We'll broadcast it live? Okay, perfect. Well, yeah. All right, well, me and Charles C. Johnson are going to be coming at you bastards live here shortly. So I'm ending this Ustream, and I'll